Hi, welcome to the new video. I am Rohit Desai, co-founder of JP Experts. In today's video, we are going to see about containers, the C containers, what we are using it to import or export our products. What are the dimensions, what are the sizes, what are the payloads, and what are the technicalities, and where the things can go wrong. We'll understand everything in just one video. So these are the containers and these are the websites, Hapag-Lloyd, Mux, and these are all the big players in the industry. They provide you a good enough of information, they provide you a proper system, and you can work with them on day-to-day operations if they are providing on your routes what you are looking for. So here you have various types of containers. You have standard container, you have hardtop containers, you have flat rack containers, open top containers, and even you have reefer containers or ventilated containers. So these are all the types of containers which Hapag-Lloyd is dealing in. So you may get any variant apart from this if that's your need. So basically, I think major of the products can just work with this. There is no additional containers such is required. But yeah, we'll go ahead with understanding what is 20 feet container. 20 feet or 40 feet is just the difference of the length. There is nothing else. All the rest dimensions are going to be the same. So you can see the inner dimensions here. Your product should go in the container. It shouldn't be above, out of the container. So you need to make sure, you need to understand the inner measurement so that if your products are being stacked on the pallets or it is being openly packed, it should move into the container. If the inner dimensions, if you don't have, then there will be a problem that you may not able to fit the cargoes properly inside. Then door openings, you need to know how big the door opening is, because you may use forklifts to get your products in or out. Then that could be a challenge, because you are not just looking towards the Indian market. You are also planning when your goods reaches to the other country, how do they unload the materials? Is it like human unloading or is it like a forklifts unloading? So if you have those kind of understanding, then you can do the proper planning, because here everything goes right, and if you do something wrong here, then everything goes for a toss. So every step in export import business is very important. Okay, do you have to do this? Not really. At the basic sense, yeah, you need to have an idea about it, but when you're planning for your materials, you need to tell the length and breadth and the dimensions of the boxes, how many boxes do you have, and what are the weight of it to your freight forwarder. Then he will do this all calculations. You don't need to do it. Once again, you don't need to do this calculations. Your freight forwarder will do it for you. Okay. So door openings and the weight. Even if you tell your HS code, they will get to know what kind of a product it is and how do they have to handle the whole thing. Then the weight of the products. Okay, in kgs, like max gross tear, which is the weight of our empty container, then minus your payload. This is the maximum what the container can take, right? Including the weight of the empty box. The more the empty box weight is, then the lesser the load what can get in. So in your case, they have upgraded the containers. If the containers has a good strength, even 20 feet containers can take up to 28 metric tons, 28.130, bit lesser here and there. Every container won't have the same capacity because it's Hapag-Lloyd, so they are giving the specification. If you are using some other containers, everything will be written here on the box. If the box is being manufactured, they'll be written saying that what is the maximum payload weight that you can put in. On that, whatever the container you're getting, make sure your payload is being aligning with your product weight, or else it should be more than that. It can never be saying that, okay, the container load is lesser, but my material is more, I'll still stuff it. No, you cannot, because there will be a bursting strength for the containers. It can go wrong. Even the containers will break. These are all the what do you call the weldings and all of that. So a lot of technicalities goes into it, but do not do the overstuffing, because normally when you put it onto the wave scale, it will be rejected. So don't get into it. Okay. So this is one. When you this is all uh, details that is being provided by Hapag-Lloyd. You can see this all inner dimensions, door opening dimensions. So you can think of like, okay, I'm using Hapag-Lloyd container, the standard containers, these are the measurements. If that is specific to, this is the first time exercise. If you have done it once, then probably your team will be more experienced with it, or the people whom you are dealing with, they already have experience. They will manage the whole and soul of it. You don't need to worry and break your heads into this. So this will be very much taken care. Okay, again the 40 feet, the same, look into the measurements. Only in point of max weight or max gross, the max gross is a bit lesser. Yeah, just a here and there difference just on based on the container sizes. So again, as I said, the length of the container is the only change, because 20 feet is half of it, or else it's 40 feet. But the load in the containers is going to be the same. Just how different it is, are you going to send a volumetric product which is like a cotton, or are you going to send a iron slabs? So based on that, you can pick your container. If it's iron slabs, then I can't load more than 28 metric tons in a 20 feet or a 40 feet container. How does it going to make a difference? So in that case, what I'll do, I'll put it into a smaller container, send the materials, because I'll be saving money somewhere. But when it is 40 feet container, because of makhana or cotton or something, then I have to put it into a proper sizes, because the weight is not so much, but the volume is big. Then I'll pick 40 feet containers. So think of it, what is your need based on your, I don't want you to break your heads into it. Tell your freight forward to handle it, they will do it for you. Then comes the 40 feet standard high cube. High cube is nothing but rest is the same, the height is bit extended. This is for product that which needs an extra height. It could be any kind of a machineries or something. Yeah, then it is possible for to use that way. 45. This is something Hapag-Lloyd provides, but not the other guys. So just check off it if you something really need it, or else work on a standard thing, because if you are already working on the 20 feet or 40 feet, this should be good. I want you to deal in something similar, 20 feet or 40 feet kind of a standardized operations, because if you are asking for 45 feet containers every time, the challenges of availability, shipping it, and could be a challenge. So think of it. Okay, so you have all the measurements here. So then comes your hard top. Just the difference between here is the top is going to be like really heavy. So that's one. And then the flat rack. So normally if you want to get your machineries loaded, your car or your JCBs, earth movers, and sort of those kind of machines can be loaded. Even this can go completely, the walls can fall off, and then you can load materials over it, or a bus or a truck or a tractor or something like that, which you normally doesn't need a container kind of a thing. Open top containers, these are again, as the name says, the top is open. Okay, if that's a, and many people had this question saying that, sir, if it's an open top, then if I put another container on it, will that be affecting my product? Not really, because the load of the container is taken on the pillars. These are the pillars, the walls. Everything get locked or aligned with the, just here. These are the locking systems. These are the pillars. The whole container does, these are the doors, these are the walls. This will not take the strength. The strength, everything comes just on these pillars on the four sides. So it's an open top, or is it a hard top, or is it some other top, that is not really going to worry on your product. So it's pretty easy to work with. So do not get confused, as it's open top, it's you can see the dimensions. You can see this, there is a blue material on it. If something is to be loaded from the top, this is open, and later once you put the products in, and then you can just wrap it up. So this is just a material which is something like a resin material, which will be packed up. So that is something which you can use. Look at this. This is open from the top. You can open it so that you can load it with a crane and then pack it. Because normally sometimes what happens here is the horizontal loading is not possible, but the vertical loading is possible. In those cases, these are being used. It could be anything, right? Any engineering products or mechanical products or some kind of a raw materials to be stored, even that is possible. Get a conveyor system, get an open container, just load it in, your products are good. Okay. So there are a lot of applications. Based on your applications, that has been the need, and then they will help you out. And the reefer containers, you get it in the same size, 20 feet and 40 feet. So reefer containers are the containers which is like your refrigerator, which has a unit which gives you a temperature control, which can go from all the way till 0 degree, 0 to 5 degree to all the way till minus 23 or 24 based on the reefer containers you're going to work with. So look at the payloads. The payloads are a bit different, the walls are a bit stronger, so you can get the extra storage kind of a thing. If you're paying to a good company, maybe you are getting a local containers. Local containers may be not strong enough. They may be like, the rentals may be low, the prices may be low, but not so great quality of the containers. Yeah, look at these containers. These are the products, the sizes. If you are dealing with hapagloid, only then refer to the hapagloids containers, because if you are not getting the hapagloids containers, then obviously these measurements will not really work for you. You cannot consider like, okay, this payload will be applicable for all the containers whom I am dealing in. No, there may be like only 20 to 24 metric tons of a load for a 20 feet container. That is also possible, because if the wall strength is not so much, then yeah, that could be the deal. So think of it when you're dealing into such kind of cargos. Get your proper containers and get the proper measurements from your freight forwarder if you're dealing for the first time, and later you'll be having understanding with the freight forwarder, so then you'll not get into any kind of a troubles. Only at the initial stage, yes, you may get into a troubles. Okay, so dangerous goods, if you're dealing in any sort of a, okay, let's go here. So if you want to go in depth understanding of sizes, walls, measurement, because these containers are based on your requirement. Look at this. General purpose is like 20 to 40 feet containers. You can use, yeah. So general containers, 20 to 40 feet containers you can use. So if you want high cube, you can use it in 40. They even have 45. That's with hapagloid. I'm not sure about others. So hard top, then open top, then your flat track for your vehicles and sort of that, the bigger one, the platform. If you just put the wall down, that's a flatbed. So based, if you need that kind of applicated products, yeah, you can get it done. So don't worry, if you put it a flat rack also, there will be a lot of security to your product. So even if your product is openly moving, still it's been secured, and these are all stacked on the top of the vessel, so you don't need to really worry, okay, if something else has been put on. And if something has to be put on to the normally platform, that is normally they don't do it, this goes on the top, they do the calculation thing, because nothing can be kept on the top because there is no wall. But here there is a wall. If your products just fits into it, even many times I have seen the choppers coming into this, so this is pretty good. Reefer containers, atmospheric temperatures, if you have that. If you're dealing in any kind of a liquids that is being there, you can put up all the measurements, all details, all inquiries to your freight forwarder, who is going to help you out, because you're not going to book it directly. So whatever the suppose, the best pricing can come only from the freight forwarders, because they are doing the bulk bookings. They have a better pricing for you. They can help you in a very better manner. Even if you need anything such, you can contact us. We can help you with the logistics part. Okay. Even they also provide you the local transportations. You can book the container bookings from one place to another, or else in many cases you can send it to CFS center, where your containers are being palletized, or it gets loaded to your container. So the possibilities is like, okay, you may not get the factory stuffing permission. In those cases, you can send your goods back to the freight forwarder. He will do the container loading in front of the custom offices. So once a few times if the thing is done, then later you'll be having a deal in hand, so that the factory permissions will be approved. So this is the temperature control for your reefer containers. So when you have reefer containers, these are the temperature controls what you can, these are the displays what you can have. You can set the temperature at minus 20 degrees Celsius or minus 24 degrees Celsius. Again, if you have any specific need of that, you need to priorly mention it, saying that I need minus 18 or minus 24 before they send you the container, or else it's going to be an issue, because every what you call the unit, the reefer unit, maybe doesn't have that much of capacity of the usage, so that could be a challenge. So these are all the, and this comes with a power plug-in, so which will be used in the, every ports has a facility for it, so they'll be using it. These are the walls, and these are the hinges and the locks where your containers will be stacked one after other, And for the tank one, so if it's a liquid hazardous products, so you have a proper system to declare saying that okay, what is a flash point, what is the safety norms and other etc. Okay, so if you are referring to a hapagloid, then use this document. This will help you with various things. And what else you can look for? Where storage, routes planning, inland, local transportations, all of that. And they have app to track your products, even that is possible here. If you are using any kind of a services here, you can just go to the service. You can see this ocean transport, inland transport, less than container, which is called LCL. Okay, every time should I need to deal in 20 feet containers? Not really, because see, you need to pay per CBM. So if you can see here, what kind of a CBM is being calculated. There will be a size, there will be a CBM measurements. So length, breadth and height in meters is your CBM. So just check how much CBM is it, and then you can work it around. So you don't need to book a whole container. You can just book a part of the place, which is 1 CBM, 2 CBM, 3 CBM. So that is being calculated. So all the measurements should be in meters. So here in this container, this is 33.2 CBM. So if someone has been taking this container, I don't need to book all 33. I want only 5, or I want only 3, or I want only 2. So there is something we call it as size, which is CBM, or there is something we call it as volumetric weight. So that we'll do it in our upcoming videos, but this is just for your information. So use this container knowledge for your reference purpose. Then whatever the final talk is going to be shared by your freight forwarder, trust him because he is in the profession and he knows what container is being used for what things, because he's already been dealing with this. So please check, and if they are providing you the service, then great. If the freight forwarders are capable enough, they can do the route planning, they can provide you the services, they can provide you each and every aspects from LCL, air freight, warehousing, depot, cold storage, everything will be taken care. All the supply chain issues, domestic storage, and even they can also help you with various requirements on your temporary storage, or they can also help you with okay, how long you can hold the container for. So I want 28 days because my loading and unloading takes some time, so this is what I want. I want the containers for 28 days of holding, so they also will work it around. So there are a lot of systems, and if you want, if you are in any of these places, you have a ready office there. I'm in Bangalore, they are just here. I can go and meet them. There's a inquiries office, you can call and check with them. Even they have their own app built, so if you want to download your Android or your iOS apps, so you can just log in, put up your details. But I don't say that okay, if you go alone and have a check, maybe you may not get a good prices. But when it comes to these guys, the freight forwarders, they can get you a better pricing, and they will not just work with one or two freight forwarding companies. They work with n number of companies, so it's better for you to jump in and start working. Okay, so here click on prices, so you can look for what is the service that you are looking for. So based on that, you can click and you can ask for a quote. Okay, and also if you want, you can do a route planning here. So here you can look for something like, okay, what are the services? Transport. What are the services you are looking at? Are you looking for transport, store, clear and protect, logistic management solutions? What kind of a transportations or the freight mode you want? Are you sending it by air, by sea, or by land? So these are all the combinations they can help you with. What are the industry products that you are looking at? Are you looking for some other particular industries? And what kind of a cargo you are looking for? Is it like a dry cargo, or a refrigerated cargo, or a special cargo, or a dangerous cargo? So based on that, what is your product? You need to look for it, and then these are the routes will come in, and then you can check for the whole details. Even if you want the container details, that is also being provided, the vessel details are provided, then you can plan it accordingly. Even Hapag-Lloyd has his own vessel, so if you want to understand the vessel's capacities, these vessels have everything on TEU, 20 equivalent units. So how many 20 feet containers they can load it on this vessel? So it's 19,000, 15,000 to 18,000, so 13,000 to 50,000. So these are all the vessels which are being used for various purposes. So more the capacity, the movement of that particular route is more, then they will be having a better vessel, so which is a bigger one, or else they will be having utilizing a smaller one, which is 23,000 TEU. So it's like 20 feet containers, they can load around 2,300 containers. It can be for smaller routes or the routes which doesn't really have big volumes, but in a turn they may have this kind of a volumes coming in. So based on this is how the whole export import business model works, or especially this container industries or vessel industries works on this model. You get everything what you need to do. You don't need to get with the Hapag-Lloyd or Marks or any other brands. What you have to do is just talk to your freight forwarder. They will arrange each and everything for you. You just tell them the measurements, sizes, HSN code and the product, and is it temperature or temperature required or not required. So based on that, everything else will be planned for you, and even they will help you to pick the goods from your warehouse and get the product to the CFS, get the container loading there, and get all the documents cleared and push the goods to the depot, and then it will be loaded to the vessels, and then the vessel will take the products to the next destinations, whatever the destination it could be. So route planning, schedule, gate closing date, everything is being shared by your people or your freight forwarder. So here, even if you want to understand the routes, I'll be sharing upcoming videos, so where you can find routes, how do you do the pallet calculations and all of that. So that is for your knowledge, and then you can take a call. Okay, hope this video has helped you to understand how do the containers works, what are the sizes and what are the materials I can put in. Refer to the same websites, you will be able to get all the details, and then you can see how the things works for you. So if you want, they have the offices all across. So contact Hapag-Lloyd, Marks or any other brand to that matter. So they will work for you. Okay, you can track, you can schedule, you can locate. So a lot of stuffs are there. So let me do this, Mumbai. Sometimes they will be having a date calculations that may be not accurate, or they don't have any vehicles running on that particular dates. So there could be a reasons. So you can check various dates on various timing. Maybe if if this vessel is not providing it, or this shipping line is not providing it, look for someone else. That is normally your freight forwarder will be helpful for. So then take the call from that and then take the things forward. Okay. If this video has helped you in learning something new, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep watching the videos. We'll be sharing a lot of educational materials. Thank you so much for watching this. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.